Welcome back to my channel, everybody. I've brought this lemon cypress in for a bit of work. I've been working on this tree for quite a few years now. I'm trying to get it to change it from the usual conical shape into something a bit different. So slowly but surely I've been pruning it and thinning it out, and it's coming along now. I did neglect it for a little while, and that's why it's kind of started to all want to grow up again. So we'll probably need a repot as well, because it's been in this pot for a few years now and the roots are lifting out of the soil and everything, so definitely needs a repot. So what I'm going to do anyway first is just go around the tree, give it a bit of a trimming up, take off any dead branches and thin it out. It's just about to start really growing, I'd say. So now would be a good time to just take it back before it does. Take off any dead brown leaves and stuff. I don't know if this is don't know many people that do make bonsai out of these. But again, it was just one of these trees that when I started bonsai, I was just going around seeing what I had that I could use to practice on, and like that I've been working on this for a few years, and I had it looking quite good actually for a while, but like that I just neglected it a bit like everything else, and it's gone a bit overrun, and the branches tend to try and go back up once you forget about them, so you kind of have to keep on top of them if you want to grow them in any other shape or form besides the normal conical form. So what I'm doing is just taking off any branches going straight up, and any branches that are long I'm taking out basically the top, and the top and the middle basically, so that you're just leaving the branches pointing outwards. Take off anything growing down and growing in towards the trunk, like a branch like that. I'll just take it back like that so it's more growing out. Because of its neglect, it's kind of been set, because I do find with these you've got to keep turning them, making sure the sun gets to all around them, because if they don't get the sun, that side of the tree tends to die off a bit. So you want to keep making sure, or have them somewhere where the sun will hit them. As the sun moves all the way around. I'm going to be quite harsh on it now, because when it does grow, it grows pretty quick and it fills in pretty fast. So I want to take it back as much as I can. You can also pinch them if you want. You might get a bit of brown tips, but it doesn't last long. You can just get them, so I sometimes do, just reduce off the growing tips a bit. Again, that's one of these trees that you want to try and have somewhere easy access on your bench to, that you can keep your eye on it and just keep, as you pass it, if you see a branch that needs a bit of a trimming or whatever, you can just give it a little trim back. So they don't go completely mad, because it's definitely one of them trees that if you leave it, before you know it, you'll be back to having a bush again, and all your hard work will be for nothing. You'll be starting again, trying to get it, because the outside will all green up lovely and all the inside will die off because it won't be getting enough sun. But if you keep on top of your pruning, so that the inner parts get a bit of light, then they tend to fill out more. It just looks that little bit more tree-like. I might have to put a few guy wires on this now, just to bring some of these branches back down, because some of them have grown up a bit. Alright. I'm not too worried about brown ends at the moment. They will get brown tips on them after trimming them, some of them, but that's okay. We don't mind. We're not going to be showing this tree anytime soon, if ever. But we'll just keep going around the tree, reducing it back, letting a bit of light in so you can see into the trunk. What I'll do is I will trim it all back, and then we'll come back, we'll have a look at it and maybe repot it, and then we'll decide then on the front and whether we need to wire some branches down or not. So I'll pause the video for a minute or for a little while I do the trimming, and then we'll come back and have a look. Okay, so I have the tree all trimmed now. Like I said, you'll spend time, just keep your eye on it, and because you will find branches growing in the wrong places and things, but if you keep on top of the pruning, you can start to get it back into shape again. And I could bring a few of these branches down, open them out a bit more, but I don't think I will right now. What I did with this tree at the start, obviously the branches were all growing like up and then in, so I did wire the branches down first, and when they hardened off, then I took all the wire off and since then I've been more or less just clip and grow with it. Now and again I might put a little bit of guy wire just to branch down here and there if I need to, but I haven't done that for a while, so that's probably why it's kind of grown a bit out of shape at the moment, but we'll work on getting it back. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to repot it, because it's been, like I said, been in this pot for quite a while now, and this is just a drip tray which I drilled holes through and stuck some feet on it. So I'm going to take it out of this and we'll have a look at the roots, and yeah, whether we put it back in this pot or we put it in a different pot, we'll see. But okay, so the first thing we'll do is get it out of this pot. It is wired in because with such a top heavy tree it would definitely blow over. Now. Just a wire. Soil it was in was not great. I don't think I ever actually cleared off the original compost completely when I did it, because I did some severe work on the tree. So I didn't want to go too crazy with the roots. They haven't really grown much, the roots, I don't think, it's just a couple of really long ones. I've gone completely crazy. Get some more scissors. Take that root off. Not too sure how good these are, or how much they like the roots being played around with. I think it's time we gave it a bit of a chance by putting in some good soil. This is still pretty matted up here. Okay, I'll take it out and give it a bit of a wash. We'll bring it in then, and we'll have a look then, and see how it looks. That's going to end up falling off there. Okay, so I'll take it and give it a wash, and we'll come back then. Okay, we've washed the roots out now. Root base is not great on it, to be honest. This is why I always say you're better off doing your root work when you start your trees, when they're young and you haven't put years into it, because now I'm left with this complete knotted root base, and I've spent years working on the tree, and They've completely fused together, some of them. They're wrapped round and round each other. And now for me to chop them all back, there's a possibility I'll probably lose the tree. So this should have been done first day a few years ago, and then I wouldn't have minded so much, but now I don't want to risk losing the tree by cutting all the roots off it. So I think we're going to have to live with what we've got and just work on, like, I've untangled that root now, so I have to cut that one off back to here, and we'll just have to maybe do a root or two at a time each time I root prune it. And go straight down, because I don't want to take off too many in one go. So I think we're going to have to leave it at that for this one. Taking off a couple that were tangled up. I've untangled a couple, but I think I'm going to have to leave it at that, because I don't want to completely chop back the roots now. So if you get a tree, it's a new tree, you haven't spent much time on it and didn't cost you much money, do your root work straight away, so that come the future it'll be done. It'll either survive at the start and you'll end up with a good tree with a good root base, or it dies then, rather than waiting years and then find it. You have to do the work. I don't think I'm going to put it back in that tray. I think I'm going to put it in a deeper pot, give it a bit more of a chance for the roots to grow a bit better. Maybe something like this one. Let's have a look. Thinking. Looks a bit dark, that one. Let's see what else I have. Might be the only one suitable at the moment. I want something with a bit of, maybe it'll do for now, for while I'm still training it. We'll put it in there. We'll just work on the tree, don't worry about the pot so much. I'll just have another look around and see what other pots I have. Okay, I don't seem to be able to find anything else more suitable, so size wise, so we'll just put it in this one for now. Put a bit of wire in it. It's definitely going to have to wire this one in. Okay, so then we'll just And this one. If you find these trees not doing too good, if you have one of these not doing too good, you can always put them back into the ground for a little while, because when you put them into the ground, they grow 10 times quicker, and you seem to get healthy pretty fast. Find the front of the tree. For the widest part of the trunk, we'll be looking at either that side or that side. I think I'll put a little bit more soil in the bottom. I have some older soil here, so I may as well use it up. So we'll look at that. That looks okay. Now, do I want it a little bit to one side? Maybe just slightly to the side. Just going to put that over the root there. And over that root there. Ooh, don't want to break the pot. Close to me would be helpful. Right, so just pull that, pull and twist, and again I won't go crazy with the wire, it's just to hold it for now into the pot. Bring that in there. That's pretty solid. And just top it up again. Just work that in. It might grow a bit healthier now. It's in new soil, it's been in that basically compost in that little shallow tray for quite a number of years now. So hopefully now it's in this, it'll start, although it was growing pretty good in fairness to it for a few years, it was just my neglect. Let it run away with itself a bit, and then the branches tend to get a bit long and leggy. Okay, looks pretty good. Let's put a tiny bit more on the top just to top it up. This is just soil that I've sieved off when I was planting some trees. Put some of my trees into my garden. I just sieved off their soil rather than dumping it. Okay, so there we have it. Like I say, I'll keep my eye on it. I might decide I need to bend a wire, a branch down here, or just to open it up. You could always, if you really wanted to spend time, you could wire the branches, but I've got too many trees now to be wiring all the branches on things like this, so I'm just going to work with clip and grow. The inside has a good, nice kind of branch structure now. If you can see it in there. Don't know how well you can see it. Yep, so we'll just keep going with it. Keep persevering. Keep trimming it. Taking out any dead bits, letting the light in. And I'll try and get it back into good health. But I'm quite happy with it, the way it is compared to when it was when I got it. And all the branches, like I said, they were all kind of growing up together, and then they kind of spread out, and then it was just like a conical shape, big tall tree. And I slowly but surely have worked it down and turned it into a more of a formal upright tree. I always picture trees like this as if it's a tree that you'd be looking at from a distance in the middle of a field or something. You know, if you picture that out in the middle of a field, just growing. Okay, so, usual, if you liked the video, give me the thumbs up. If you have any comments or anything, and please subscribe, help out the channel. And I'll take this out, put it on the bench, give it a watering, and we'll see you on the next one.